Time for another quick look at the MLB playoff races going into August 26th. Starting with the AL East. Yankees now have an ever so slight lead in the division and are the only team in the American League with a fairly safe designation to make the playoffs. They should just need to win 10 more out of 31 left to be in. Computer says anyone that wants to challenge them for the division will need to come up with 95 wins. Otherwise, the projected number to get a wild card remains at 87. Orioles are inching slowly to that mark and should, in theory, be joining the Yankees in postseason without a meltdown. The Red Sox are starting to unravel and are now just a 1-4 chance to make the playoffs. They'll need to find around 20 more wins out of 33 left to get in. Rays and Blue Jays are technically still in the picture if one uses some strong binoculars, but they'll need a miracle to get it there. As usual, the TeamRankings.com projections are shown off to the side. Thanks to them for letting me use their data. In the AL Central, the Guardians have managed to hold off the Twins and Royals, but it's a tight race. They do have the series win over the Twins in their back pocket. Computer guesses that if anyone wants to challenge them for the division, it will require about 94 wins to do so. Twins and Royals knotted up in the standings, both about 8 and 10 chances to make the playoffs. Twins hold the tiebreaker over the Royals if it comes down to it. Both should be in if they play about 500 ball the rest of the way. The Tigers are on one of those likely too little too late runs, but still an outside chance. They do have an easier remaining schedule than the others, and for what it's worth, the Royals now have the second hardest remaining schedule in the American League. Out west, looks like the Astros are going to be the last team standing. Now about an 80% chance to win the division and should just need to play 500-ish ball the rest of the way. If the Mariners want to storm back, they'll need to get to about 87 wins to either have a chance at the division or wildcard spot. That means they would need to play win 2 for every one they lose the rest of the season. Right now, a 19% chance. Rangers have been put on the realistically out list. I'm using the Playoff Computer app as the base for this analysis. If you want to analyze the playoff race for your own fantasy or other league, check it out on the Play Store. Over to the National League. In the NL East, the Phillies cannot seem to close the deal, but the Braves and Mets haven't been able to get close enough to scare them. Phillies go in and out of the fairly safe club, now an 86% chance to take the division and 97% to play in October. Should just need to finish no worse than 12 and 20 to make it. Computer says the Braves, or the Mets as well, would need to get to 92 wins to challenge them for the division. And now for the first time this season, the estimate for wins needed to get an NL wildcard is higher than the AL. 88 is that guess. Braves at 64% to make the playoffs and should just need to play a couple above 500. The Mets are just 2.5 out, but likely will need to go 20 and 11-ish to make up that ground. In the Central, the Brewers are either running away with it or the rest of the teams are running away from it. Brewers overwhelming favorites for the division and getting close to be able to coast in. Looks like 92 wins is what it would take for any of the others to be in the division race. Don't see that happening. Though I'll need to play inspired ball to get a wild card. Not sure I see that happening either. Cardinals with a mere 8% chance. Cubs, Reds, and Pirates chances don't require many fingers to count. For what it's worth, the Cubs do have on paper the easiest remaining schedule in the National League. In the NL West, the top 3 teams have continued playing well as of late. Dodgers, the only team in the National League currently holding a fairly safe designation. Should just need to play around 1-3 ball the rest of the way to make it to the playoffs and are a 99% chance, with almost 2 of 3 odds to take the division. Computer says 96 wins will be what any of the competitors would need to challenge them. Otherwise, Diamondbacks and Padres in good shape, both about 9 and 10 chances. Note the Diamondbacks have a bit of a tougher schedule than the other two. Giants will need a miracle, and they do have the toughest remaining schedule on paper, so that is going to be tough. The Rockies' dreams of the NL West title have been extinguished. That's it for now. Enjoy your day.